YouTube, and this is an Apollo phaze, I think that is. This is a push bike that was in a car accident. A boy was riding it, my mum told me, and he came down the road near where we live and straight in front of a van. Luckily he was okay, but obviously my mum sat with him while his parents turned up, and I think an ambulance came. He was a bit dizzy, but today I was riding about on my bike, which is out the front. I can't get it in because my dad sort of drove over that. Well, he not drove over it, but it's hard to get out. Ideally, he needs to move his car forward. With this bike, there was a scooter, a Razor scooter, that was sparks across the ground when you brake, which is quite useful, so we've put that in the back of the car. But basically, this is what happened. My mum told me the wheel was bent in the accident, and obviously it has. It's kinked the front forks, as you can see. So we went to look at another bike that I knew was dumped, but it isn't there anymore. It's been smashed up. But this is practically a new bike. I mean, there's scratches on the paintwork there. There's scratches on the paintwork there, but obviously because it's black, we have paint over them. A little bit of kink there. We could try bending the forks back. I did put this black wheel, if I can untangle it, it's typical, they always tangle themselves up, wheels, don't they? I put this black wheel, front wheel on it to push it home. I just put that wheel back on it for the video so it would stand itself up. But you can see what sort of accident it was. It's damaged a bit of the thing there, scuff, scratching on each of them. Yeah, there's a little bit. There's things, but I mean there's dirt. But the only problem is I'm not sure. I think something snapped off there, so I might not be able to have a front brake. But luckily, although it's bent backwards, the wheel doesn't rub here. Luckily enough, this wheel, that one is just a tyre. It hasn't got an inner tube in it. But luckily, this wheel hasn't got punctured, so I will deflate it. I'll take the tyre off if I can. If I can get the tyre off, I'll put this tyre on that wheel, and obviously the inner tube in that wheel. Fingers crossed I'll get it off. But yeah, it's a really nice bike. As I said, I just put this wheel on for the video so it would stand itself up. But Apollo since 1930. That's interesting to know. That is an Apollo as well, just to let you know. But yeah, it's a really nice bike. I don't know if the back wheel's original at all because that's black. But they do tend to make bikes nowadays with black wheels at the back, but now it's going to have two black wheels, so it's actually still going to match. Obviously, what I'll do to this wheel is, because it's a new wheel, I'll take the bolts off of it, and I'll take those bits. I'll keep this bolt that runs all the way through the wheel, I shall keep, and I'll take all the wheel bearings out and everything. That's obviously missing, but hopefully I've got one in. The worst case scenario is I won't have a front brake, but as long as it's got a back one, as long as I've got a brake, I'll probably just ride it about, and if I see another bike chucked out with with the same size forks, even if they're not got a suspension, I'll probably take them, put it on it. But I do get hold of a lot of bikes. People just chuck them out when they don't want them. This one was free, side of the road. The tyres were all hanging off of it. I put them all back on, cleaned it, pumped it up, oiled the chain. It's gone a bit rusty, but it was already rusty. This one, when I got hold of it, the handlebars were bent. This bit here was bent. When I say the handlebars, I mean the bracket handlebar was bent. The biggest gear coil was bent over. I bent it back. The front wheel was bent. This pedal arm is still bent. It had a missing seat. It was on its last legs, but I have managed to restore it. But it has since been punctured. Look how long the grass is here. But yeah, I got a punch it's a summer holiday now, but for the last probably couple of weeks I rode that red rally bike like I got with it. But the tyre, I got a puncture in the back tyre, but the front one's got punctured just by sitting in the garden. It was there, and it weren't punctured. I moved it to here, went out here one day completely flat. Don't know how that's happened. But yeah, back onto the bike. It is a nice bike. I mean, it's a new bike, so in theory everything should work on it and it should ride nicely. So I'll get to work on the front wheel. It looks like it's going to rain, judging by the sky. It does look like it's going to rain. So let's pause it, put the front wheel on it. Well, actually, I'll pause it. I'll probably end the video, actually, because obviously it's late. I'll do probably another video tomorrow if I fix it. But that's the end of this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon, hopefully with a new video, possibly once I've fixed the bike and got it working. So, bye-bye.